Now, as you can see on my iPad, the background is a swirling blend of shapes and colors. I actually created this background using the app Wurm. It has become one of my favorite apps to play with, and I think you'll like it too. What it does is it allows you to just experiment with shapes and colors and outlines and make random experimental free-flowing art pieces using your iDevice. You can use this on your iPad or your iPhone or your iPod Touch. You can save your favorite ones and you can share them with other people. Now, I did a lot of experimenting with this app because there aren't really any written instructions, but what you do is you can randomly play with the app by using this sort of shuffle button. It'll choose a background as well as a design for you. And then you just use your stylus or your finger to create shapes on your device. Fun enough, you can use all of your fingers. Unfortunately, you can't use 4 because see, look, now that's a what do you call it? A motion? I don't know what you call it. Not a prompt. But right now, gesture. That's a gesture that makes your iPhone open. So you can't use that many fingers. You can't, see, you can't use 5 because that makes the page turn. That's another gesture. But what are you going to do? So you can then try a different pattern. And then another pattern or a symbol, a set of shapes will come up for you to create another device. Honestly, my favorite way to play with this is to just do this and scribble back and forth across the page and make a completely covered in pattern that I can then use as a wallpaper. How you use this app though is up to you, which is what's so great about it. Now, the way you decide what your shape is gonna look like, and I actually don't really like this one, so I'm gonna go to one of my saved ones. Actually, I won't go to my saved ones yet. I'll show you the different kinds. So you have an option to, right now there are 2 pattern sets. There's this one, or collection, sorry, or this one. So there's 2 right now. One comes with a device, that's this one, and then you have to pay for the other one. You can switch back and forth if you have the 2 different ones. So this lets you decide what you're gonna draw with. Then you can change what this looks like. You can vary the size, or you can have it be a fixed size. I want them all big. You can vary the mutation. Oh, was that even showing up, you guys? Wait, I'm gonna zoom, get a little closer. There we go. Sorry I have to tilt it, but you couldn't see that. So you can change the mutation of it so that you can see the size and the shape. You can fix the size, make it really big or really small. You can change how it's turning. This really isn't a slant because this is kind of a wheel, but if it wasn't a wheel, if it was like the skinny one, you can change the slant of it. You can change the opacity of it, or opacity, whether or not it's just going to be an outline or completely filled in. There's 2 choices for opacity. One for sort of the background, and then the other for those dots and lines. You can make them really dark, or you can make them completely gone. I want them completely gone. So then you can choose the density, and that means how many are gonna show up while you're drawing. I want 5. If you choose 1, it ends up being, you know, less field, I guess I should say. Not as many will come out of your fingertip as you're drawing. It's the only way I can explain it. So I decided, so now I'm gonna pick my color combination here, and I want this one. So as you can see, this has a brown at the bottom, and I don't want that. When you have that, it makes more of that color be one of the colors as opposed to all these multicolored area, the sort of camouflagey area. So I'm gonna have it be all camouflagey. So now I want to decide what my background's gonna be. So I'm gonna throw away what's on the screen now and choose my background for this. So I think I'm gonna have it be a gray background. So I'm gonna select that, and then I'm gonna say clear screen, and now I can draw and fill in this with the colors I've chosen. So I can fill up the whole background. This is what I just love to do. And you can use this any way you want. You can use just one finger, you can make patterns, you can make shapes and colors, you can use it as a meditation even. You double tap to get back to your menu. So by fixed size, no, I'm sorry, vary size, which is what I just picked, I'm going to show you how that looks. We're also going to put a little bit more of those little black dots, you know, the outline on there. So now we're going to go back and we're going to draw some with this. So as you can see, vary the size now gives us all different shapes coming out. And I added some of the outline and the dots on there. So now I've got some depth and some dimension to my little wafer cracker here. And now I've made this my background. I actually like this. So let's say you do like it. And you want to save that pattern design. Well, what you can do is you go to the little heart up at the top and, I'm sorry, that's not what you do. What you do, double tap and you go to this heart down here and you want to add it to your favorites collection. Yes, I do. So now I can automatically have that show up to draw with, as I have with all these other ones. So right now, I just tapped another one of my favorite pattern designs. And it is now showing up. And I can get to work drawing with that. Double tap. I pick another one of my favorite designs. And let's say I don't want that background anymore. I want a clear screen. So I'll choose a white background. And now one of my other favorite pattern designs, I can make that come up. Double tap again. We'll pick this one. I want a clear background again. And this is another pattern I've chosen. So this way, if you have a design you really like, you created, you really tricked out your orb and you decided how you want it to look and you've been really picky about it, you can then save it. As you can see, I've got a lot saved. I use this app almost every day. And it's just fun for me. As I said, I tend to do that. Sometimes I'll do waves and fill up the whole thing. One cool thing though is if you drag your finger, it makes huge ridges because the sizes or the shapes are continuously coming out of your finger. So when you drag your finger fast, you know, you get a looser line. If you drag your finger really slowly, you get a bigger line. So one fun thing to do with that is if you have it varied in size, you can get really weird shapes by dragging your finger slowly. Along the pathway. This is a great app. It's a great app for being creative. If you feel like you don't have enough creativity in your life, or you're wanting to be more creative and be more artistic, this is a great app. You can just drop in and out of it a few minutes a day and play and create freeform artistic masterpieces that you can then actually save. What I usually do is I then press the home button and the sleep button and take a picture of my screen like this. Or, that's what I usually do. The other option is if you want to export it, you can save it to photos. So when you do that, it'll save your screen to photos. So it depends on you. Of course, if you press the home button and the sleep button, it's going to save your screen to photos anyway. Really cool app, a lot of fun. I suggest you pick it up. It is in the App Store and it's called Wurm. Marie Claire Virtual Makeup Tester is a way for you to try on virtually all of the latest runway makeup trends. So it actually just made me sit through a 2-minute update while it added some more makeup trends. Fall trends were in there. Now the spring trends are coming in. You see there's placeholders for all the spring trends, which is pretty cool. So I have tried most of them. There are 2 segments to each trend. There's a tutorial where you scroll through and it gives you suggestions on prepping and applying the trend and suggestions for other ways to wear it. Then if you get out of that, there is a way for you to virtually try the look on. So you can pick a model that is closest to your skin tone. So they've got fair, medium, deep, tan. And then you use your finger to apply the makeup. So to apply it to her lips, I actually thought this was pretty cool. You can apply the lipstick to her lips there. The blush to her cheeks. And the shadow to her lids. You can even apply the shadow, go as far as apply the shadow to different areas of her lids. Like the dark in the outer corners and the light in the inner corners, which I thought was really cool. This app is a lot of fun and lets you play around with the different makeup trends. You can start over, which means clearing your look out and try on a different lipstick or a different eyeshadow. Unfortunately, you can't just take the lipstick off of her and try it with another eyeshadow. You have to take off the entire look, which kind of sucks. I wish they would figure out a way for you to not have to take off the entire look, but I still think this is a really cool app. It's free. You can check it out in the App Store. You save the look, and then it'll be saved to my lookbook. And then you can check out your looks later. So as you can see, the makeup has changed, and it's the makeup now for this look, but applied to this model. Oops. And one thing that is going on here is that, one, this is all Chanel makeup. So what happens is if you actually press on the makeups, as well as, you know, there's information in here. I don't see. Here we go. I knew it somewhere. So what you can do is go to your lookbook and then your makeup bag, but you can also order the makeup right through the app, which I thought was kind of cool. You can apply entire looks to your makeup bag, and if it says purchase, it'll take you out to the Chanel website. You can check out your lookbook where you have, you know, all the looks that you tried. I love that eyeshadow. That was really cool. And see all the makeup that you used, which is cool. You can also erase this stuff out of your lookbook if you don't want to keep it anymore. So let's try out the makeup. So I don't know if Chanel paid for this or they're just focusing on Chanel for one season. They're going to focus on another line, another season. I do really like this app. It's done really well. It's very attractive and it's easy to navigate and it's fun to play with. So check it out. It's the Marie Claire Virtual Makeup Tester for iPad. It's in the App Store. Advice is my favorite app, I think, on my iPad, mainly because it keeps me up to date with all the new apps that are available, as well as Apple News. Now, when I first got my iPad, there was an AppStart app that gave you recommendations on apps that you should get or apps that you might like, and they're all separated into categories, made things really easy. They completely revamped the app for 2012, so if you have gotten an iDevice over the holidays and you're perusing YouTube trying to figure out what to put on there, you definitely need to download this app. Now, there's actually even one for the iPhone that just focuses on iPhone apps, because this one just focuses on iPad apps. So what do you need your iPad to do? There's a welcome, and they even have a video in here for you to watch and like all kinds of other stuff. And this is really, really actually geared toward somebody who's like, what's an iPad? Or I was given an iPad and I have absolutely no idea what to do. You navigate through the app by sliding back and forth. So if you tap anything, you can always just go to the right or left to go back to wherever you were. It teaches you about email, browsing the web, how to plan an event, plan a trip. I mean, just every category of apps you could possibly think of is in here. And they're organized really well. You press on the link, it takes you right to the app in the App Store, so you can immediately download it to your iPad. You really, really should get this app. I mean, I've had my iPad and I've never leaves my, why did it go right back to weather? It never leaves my side. I have had it next to me since May of 2011, and I still found some apps that I hadn't discovered using this app. So this is the AppStart app, and there is one for it that's just exclusive to the iPhone. You can get this in the App Store.